Hi, good afternoon, Capricorn. My name is Anne, and welcome to This Old Goat Tarot. This is a Capricorn channel for all placements, sun, moon, rising. So welcome cross watchers as well, if you're looking for someone else, if you're watching for someone else. So today I'm going to be doing a reading for what we can expect, what's the energy look like for June. And I'm going to be doing a slightly different format today. So as always, I open us up with an oracle card, which I'll do shortly. And then we're going to look at what energy you're bringing to the reading, what it is that you know about yourself, what it is that you don't know, and what is the advice from Spirit. So welcome and thanks for being here. If whatever I'm saying today does somehow touch you, resonate, I would be so grateful for any likes or subscribes. If not, take what resonates and definitely leave the rest. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is February 29th, 2025. It's a few days early. I wanted to make sure I could get this reading out ahead of time for you all. Now, today's numerological number breaks down to the number 7, which interestingly enough, so does June 1st. So I love that. There's a little synchronicity there. I think that what I'm feeling when I really tap into the energy for June is that there seems to be a shift, a big shift at play in the middle of June. I think that we're coming off of some large planetary movements, and then we have Jupiter also moving into the sign of Cancer in his exaltation. I'm going to be doing a separate reading on that, so stay tuned. That's a key transit, and I'm going to be doing it for our rising signs as well. But really think about June. You know, you have this shift from Gemini season, where we'll be going into Cancer season towards the end, which is a water sign. Interestingly enough, that is completely the opposite of us as Capricorns on a zodiac wheel. I'd be curious to know if anyone has any Cancer placements in their astrological charts. But I think that there's going to be we're gonna sense that shift, and moving into that Cancer season, it's gonna be really interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's pull from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck by Denise Lynn, and you pulled Forest Temple Enlightenment, and this is Oracle card number 19. It does reduce to a 2. Let's go ahead and read what the Oracle book has to share with us today. And as I do, feel free to take a moment to reflect on the image of the card itself, colors, shapes, synchronicities, even the number. If you are seeing any 19s or 2s, that might be a confirmation for you. Forest Temple. The sound of delicate chanting fills the forest. You follow the sound as you walk down a meandering path into a small clearing. Before you, a forest temple becomes visible. As you get closer, it feels that chanting is penetrating deep into your soul. Something needs to be shifting within you. Everything is the same, yet everything is somehow different. And that, I love that message. That's ultimately a way to sort of encapsulate what I was sensing around some of these energy shifts that we're feeling, of like what June will ultimately, what energy is going to be present is sort of this idea that everything's the same, but somehow it's different. And I think it's different because you are different, Capricorn. Let's continue. The Spirit of the Forest Temple says, positive changes are coming. You are lightening up. Feel buoyant and free. Your connection to Spirit is deepening. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve in life are falling away, replaced by incredible new paths. So this feeling, I think, is gonna really come through in the middle of June. I have been feeling it, honestly, whether it be minor challenges in the here and now, in the day-to-day, whether it's in your career life, your personal life, your relationship with others, where somehow the challenges that were present in the past, not to say that they're completely gone or they don't have an impact on us, but I think that we're looking at it from a new higher lens of the higher self. And it's because we've actually tapped into this forest temple energy, this higher mind, this new way, this new secret way of seeing our lives from a lens of almost a curious child, as opposed to taking the situation from a position of confusion and doubt and unworthiness, which can very much spiral into victimhood energy. I've been sensing that from the last few readings that I've done as well, where these cycles that would have thrown us off for months at a time are becoming items that we identify quicker and faster. It's kind of like, oh, you can't fool me anymore. I know what's going on here. Not to belittle anyone's real hardships that they're going through, but I would say that in terms of how we're internalizing it, how we are allowing that to impact our own vibration, our own frequency that we emit, the light that we emit to the world, we have now become this light. And so instead of us constantly seeking a way out, we've identified that we are the way out. It all comes down to a shift in perspective. I'm almost sensing, when I think about the tarot, it feels like very much hangman energy, major arcana, the hangman, where before it would have really tripped us up, put us through a loop, but now we've kind of come out on the other side, where we've been there, we've done that. You're not going to fool us. We're going to get through it, but we're getting through it from a perspective of something that we can learn, something that we can grow, we can expand, and ultimately get through the cycle faster. And so that to me is a huge milestone of growth in our own, again, they use the word enlightenment here, this forest temple. I think really what it comes down to is we are the temple now. We've reached a state where we're emitting such a strong vibration, a strong light, that it's no longer shaken, right? No one can shake us, no one can extinguish this, despite what storms may come, despite what challenges lay in front of us. All right, so let's go ahead and consult the tarot. I have shuffled the deck 7 times. I'd like to clear the energy with the collective today. Spirit, angels, and guides of our highest and best, what messages do you have for the Capricorn collective? Only the highest and best and clear messages. All right. Spirit, welcome. All right, you pulled this Queen of Wands in reverse in the position, and again, this is a slightly different format if you've been following me. This is what we are bringing to the table today. Queen of Wands in reverse. You pulled this 10 of Pentacles in reverse in the position of something you already know. 10 of Swords in reverse in the position of something you may not be aware of. And over here in the position of messages from Spirit is you have the Magician in reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Wow. I have been listening to quite a bit of readers, fabulous readers on YouTube lately, and these cards for Capricorns, specifically the 10 of Pentacles, as well as the the Empress has been coming out frequently. I think the Empress actually came out in my most recent career and finance reading. I will pin that at the end. But there is something here. There's an energy being brought to the table today that inherently, that it's just a part of your aura almost, Capricorn, where there's something that is within, and it wants to come to the forefront. It wants this new you, this new enlightenment that's been bubbling up inside of you. This spark, it's becoming stronger day by day. It's something that you can no longer contain is just inside of you. This light is like is falling into the forest for others to see. What I'm sensing here is similar analogy with the Empress. She is pregnant, where she has this new idea, this new dimension of herself. It just wants to come to the forefront. And I think that the month that this side of you is really going to come to the forefront, this new dimension of you, it's going to be in June. That's really what I'm sensing. That's what I've been feeling in the last few readings that I've done, of what I've also seen. There's something that it is you that wants to be recognized. It wants to birth. You want to birth this new aspect of yourself into the world. It could also be something related to an idea, some sort of new endeavor. But I'm really given so much synchronicity that I've had with the Empress lately, I'm feeling that it's a new Capricorn. This Capricorn that has gone through 18 years of Pluto being in our sign, and then going through, if I'm being honest, a fairly long integration period these last few months, with these major planetary shifts coming through on the other side. We've been waiting to birth this new Empress into existence, this new dimension of ourselves. And I do believe that, Pluto did shift to Aquarius briefly last fall, and then went back into our sign until November, and then it left for good. So again, if you think about the timing here, about divine timing around the world, the universe is ready for us to come out to play, to live more authentically, to be this whole person, and going through, and what lessons that Pluto has taught us over that long 18-year period, and we've applied them to these shifts, these major transits along the way. And now we're sort of picking up all those pieces, putting them all together, and now what are we left with? We've arrived, okay? We're ready to arrive. And I think that's really coming through. We're getting stronger and stronger. This light, this enlightened perspective again, we're no longer the same person on the other side of this shift. So let's continue here. So I have this Queen of Wands in reverse, and this is who we are. This is what we're bringing to the table today. I'm not surprised. We have a lot of reversals. all of my cards came out in reverse today. What I'm almost sensing here is that the true message of these cards is really going to be in the upright. I'm hearing it's just a few more days, just a few more weeks. I'm sensing this might have to do with the major transit of having Jupiter move into the sign of Cancer. His exaltation, it's going to bring us such joy. I think it's gonna be marvelous. It's so much divine timing that's at play here. But I do want some clarity. So Queen of Wands, usually in the upright position, she's very divine feminine in terms of she's very satisfied with herself. She's very confident. She knows what she wants. She's able to articulate that with a level of confidence. But there's something here that's holding you back, Capricorn. Why is our confidence being somehow on the back burner? What is it that is holding us? Let's get one or two more messages here. Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse in terms of the energy that Capricorn is bringing to the table today? I'll get one or a couple messages here. I like to see what Spirit has to bring us. Sometimes it takes a while. I usually go three shuffles, and if I get nothing, then it's nothing. One. Okay. That was it. We had the Ten of Swords, and it came out in reverse from the perspective of me as the reader, so I want to honor that. Typically, and by the way, we have some synchronicity. There's a lot of tens on this table here. We have another Ten of Swords. This is in reverse. Something has not come to the completion yet. So it feels like there's just like one more shoe to drop before this baby is going to come through. That's what I'm hearing. This new you. Something is and again, when it comes to the universe ensures that whatever our soul has signed up for in this lifetime, to let no stone go unturned in terms of sort of maximizing our potential in this lifetime of whatever it is that we've signed up for. What is it that we want to accomplish and what we want to learn to grow? And so this Queen of Wands, again, it typically for me represents some sort of knocking your confidence, or you're holding back. You could be almost making yourself small for other people. So Capricorn, what is it? And there's something here that is telling me that it's not over. Something has not come to a completion. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. Lots of reversals here. So this Queen of Swords is in reverse is telling me that usually in the upright she is very adept of her communication. She's comfortable using that sword to define herself by her words, but also to sort of take that sword and anything that stands in her way. She's going to command a level of presence simply by holding the sword, and she's not afraid to use it should she need to. And again, it's in reverse. So something's not over. Okay, there's something yet to be, that is yet to be learned. Again, we have the Ten of Swords over here in reverse as well. We'll get additional clarity on that. But I'm sensing that whatever it is, whatever lesson, it's kind of like tying up loose ends is what I'm hearing around this long journey that we've been on in integration. And we have a few more weeks to do this. This is what I'm hearing. It's not over yet. And what that's going to do is it's going to move us from a place of not being able to completely be our authentic self, where this queen who carries this wand with confidence, exudes confidence. What is it, Capricorn, that's holding you back? Spirit's asking that question. What is it that's holding you back from being able to carry that stick, holding your head up very high without doubt or fear? Is there? I'm sensing a little bit of a throat chakra challenges. So when I think of, and when I'm saying that is, the throat chakra has to do with sharing our truth. It's being able to talk confidently without hesitation or fear. And when I look at swords, or when I think about swords, I think about how powerful a sword is. And what just keeps coming back to me is the word swords itself. My eye immediately goes to the middle here, and it says words. And words are powerful, Capricorn. And again, think about words can be even more more of a weapon than any weapon that we might have, right? Any physical weapon. Conversely, they have so much power and potential for creating love and joy and expansion in our lives. And I'm sensing here that there's some sort of confidence that we're holding ourselves back. And it's because something here, we one more lesson that's there for us on the table for our taking. And it's something that I'm really guessing that this is how it is that we present ourselves to the world. This, and here's what I'm sensing. I think this is really appropriate. It's like this new you, this new enlightened you, all these mysteries, all of these lessons, all of this higher perspective, this higher potential. You know, you're ready to birth that new you into the world. But in order to do so, you have to come out of the womb at one point, and you have to be confident. You have to be able to share who the new you is with those around you without fear. And it's a little daunting. I'm sensing that some people may have a challenge where they may fear what others might think of them because of a new belief system, or perhaps it is something in these last few months that you have been able to reprogram some sort of religious belief, perhaps, your way of viewing the world, your way of working with others, the way of thinking about others, and being able to have the courage to be able to come to the forefront and share who that new person is. We're not there yet, and that's okay. But the Queen of Wands needs to come to the upright. We need to be able to speak about our true authentic self without any sort of blockage. So I think that this is a call that some of us might have some throat chakra work to do, something to look into, something to consider, Capricorns. Let's move on. And the position of something we already know is the Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. But I'm not sensing that this is an area of fear for you. Perhaps it's a minor setback, but this doesn't feel very deep. This feels very surface level. So Ten of Pentacles is very much about financial security, and almost also could be something to do with a house, material possessions. We are an earth sign as well. I really am not sensing this as a major fear for you. I think that this is almost just an acknowledgement that there may have been a minor financial setback recently that has also been part of this integration process. Almost like how how have you in the past, before this new higher self has come into play, I think you would have thought about this, and you would have had a lot of like sleepless nights, a lot of doubt, a lot of worry. And I'm not getting that. Let's see here from the tarot though. Let's get some clarity. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here in the position of something you may already know? Let's get some clarity. Any messages? Any additional messages? Take one or two more. Okay, no. All right, at the bottom of the deck, I've got Temperance in reverse. Okay. Though I'm not, again, I'm sensing that this is not you. I think it's more of the macro world and the environment that we live in. These are like mini tests these last few months. There's a lot of crazy news. The markets have been all over the place. We just went through tax season. There's something financial that was a setback. Again, it seems like it wasn't significant, and that's why I have here this Page of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, the pentacles were hit, the money was hit, but this is almost child's play. That's what I'm sensing. This was not huge. This isn't something that's going to take years and years for you to recover, or even if it is, it's not something that is really keeping you up. The Devil, which is us, Capricorn, Major Arcana. I believe it's Major Arcana 15. Perhaps it was something that we, again, the fact that we came out here is telling me that it's something about ourselves that came through. And look what came here on the other card, the Queen of Pentacles, which is us also, the Capricorn card in the Minor Arcana. This is a lot of synchronicity here around this reading. This is, again, to me, it's kind of like you're brushing off this Ton of Pentacles. It was child's play. You brought yourself to the table here, this new you. Okay? And yes, this new you, it's this constant struggle between being chained. It's easy to get addicted to doubt, to worry, to have these fears, but I think we broke those chains already. And, this Queen of Pentacles, maybe she was a little off her game, but it wasn't for long. And it doesn't seem like it was self-induced. It seems like rather we tapped into our own energy to pull ourselves out of it. It's almost like we've rebounded from this already. Maybe not necessarily financially, but from the emotional processing aspect of this. I don't sense that this was any sort of foolish endeavor. I don't think that this was something that we was not self-inflicted. It definitely was not. Rather, it's like our own energy here came to the table, the new you, where just for a moment we almost started to fall into this spiral here, and immediately we're like, no, I've been here, I've done that. This is child's play. I can handle this. I can integrate this challenge, and again, at the higher level here, this is bottom of the deck. Ultimately, from a Temperance, this is about, it's a Major Arcana card about balance. The world around us isn't imbalanced, but ultimately what it comes down to is that we remained balanced. Okay, we balanced ourselves between this being sort of caught off guard, but then we quickly snapped to. We identified this. We were not going to allow ourselves to fall into victimhood, to spiral into, sort of sleepless nights. It's the new you. Okay, it's a side effect. She has maternity, pregnancy symptoms here. This higher self is coming into play. We're not letting this setback hold us back. Okay, we're not falling there. We're like, we've got this. We have this new form here of this confidence, but this happened internally. Those around us still don't know it yet. And that's I think what I think is a bit surprising. I'm almost hearing as well that people are almost surprised that this setback, this financial setback here, is not throwing us through a downward spiral. I think other people are kind of a little bewildered around our reaction. That could be what's the unfinished business here. It's because we haven't necessarily given ourselves the permission to use this sword, to use our words to sort of share with the world our new way of looking at the world, because we're almost afraid that if we start doing that, then our belief system here around, hey, this is child's play, all of a sudden becomes bigger than what it is. Because now it's like speaking something into existence and having a fear that by downplaying it, we're somehow jinxing ourselves. And I think that it's oftentimes those type of fears of quote unquote jinxing ourselves. Hey, like, this is a good thing is going here. I've got a good handle on it. I'm not going to really rock the boat. I don't want to jinx anything. And when we do that, I almost feel as if there is a level of insistence that we're imposing on a situation. And by doing so, what we're doing is we're playing small. We're playing small. We're putting ourselves in a lower position than our true authentic self. And so Capricorn, we're not done yet. We haven't released that piece of it. We need to be able to share how we are feeling about the situation with the world, and the fact that we need to release any sort of doubts that, hey, about us, sharing with our partners, with our household, this wasn't a big deal. I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. And letting them see that new side of you is really the next step of our evolution. So internally, we've done the work. Now we have to do the work to share and and let that light shine to those around us. Because I think that I'm sensing very much that people are confused. They don't understand. They're expecting ourselves to be perhaps anxious because of this setback, and frankly, we're just not. So it's kind of like people are trying to put the pieces together, but they can't quite understand, and our actions aren't like lining up with what they would predict us to act like. And the reason is that we have not used our words. We have not really spoken our truth about how we're looking at things now. And I get it. If you have recently found your healing process, or if you are on a spiritual journey and those around you are not aware, have not accepted that, or perhaps have a lot of religious programming, and now you're looking at something with a higher mind, it can take a lot of courage to wield this wand, right? And it's not going to happen without our words. So that's sort of like the last shoe that has to drop here. And it can be painful. So we have the Ten of Swords here also in the position of something we're unaware of very much synchronicity. I'm sensing here that we're not aware that that's the last step here. And hopefully this will bring about some awareness. So Spirit, why is the Ten of Swords here in the position of something we may not be aware of? What has to happen in June? What should we be aware of? Or what should we focus on in June? I'll get one or two more messages. No? Okay, we'll do one more time. Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse in the position of something we may not be aware of? No? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool in reverse. Okay. I'm getting a huge message right now. So we got the Two of Wands in the upright position. Okay, so something is definitely not over. And this Fool in the upright position is like, oh, it can be read as a new beginning, a new start. Spirit is saying this is not a new start, okay? This is not like you're starting over. This is not a new beginning. What this is it is birthing a newly integrated you with all of those new pieces of you, all of those lessons that allow you to be stronger, that, again, whatever lesson you've had in the past that allows you to identify that this is not something that is going to cause sleepless nights, that is majorly concerning, or put us in a state of anxiety and fear. We got through that so quickly. We didn't internalize it. We recognized very quickly that it's the broader world around us has been imbalanced. This is child's play. We've got this. It was a quick, very, very quick, hey, I'm good. I know who I am. I'm not allowing this temporary setback here to throw me off my game. There's a balance here. It was a very quick recognition of that. And so here we have this Ten of Swords again, echoing the message over here, which is like something's not over, and it's about sharing this new you to the world. You are here, and you want to, the world is your oyster. He's ready to take on the world. He has all of this new knowledge. It's the scholar, right? The scholar who's passionate. He's learned. He's much more wiser than he was a year ago. Capricorn, you are incredibly wise. You are an entirely different person than you were you know, I would say 3 or 4 months ago. And it's not, what I'm sensing here is it's not like a new beginning. Rather, it's more like this is an upgraded you with all of this wisdom, and you're ready to take on the world, okay, with this passion, this fire. And what hasn't happened yet, and again, this is telling me, not that you're a fool or you're being foolish. It's telling me that this is not a new beginning. You may not be aware of it. You might have this, and really for some Capricorns, it might be daunting letting others in, being vulnerable to allow them to see this new side of you, because you feel like, oh, you have to introduce this new person of you, of like, you know, almost like you have to almost act a different way than you already are. And I think that's you're still you at the end. This is, again, we got the Devil right back to back with the Queen of Pentacles. This is not a new person, right? This is a new side of you that's become activated. It's been brought in. It's a new wholeness that is about you that has never existed before, because it's kind of like a puzzle, and you have all these like little different pieces, and each piece represents a new lesson, something you've overcome, some sort of challenge that you picked up along the way, and putting all those pieces together, and what's coming through finally is the real you. Okay, this new knowledge, this new informed you, this new person. And what I think others are not seeing yet right now, what's not done, is they're still seeing the individual pieces. They're not seeing the beautiful masterpiece that you've created of the new you. Okay, I know that's a play on words, but because I'm saying here that it's not a new person. It's more of bringing all of those pieces together for them to finally see you for the first time in your whole authentic self. That's the message, okay? You haven't done that work yet, and that's okay. That's sort of the last cycle that we have to do, is we have to have the courage to kind of hold those around us and bring them up a level higher, so they're not seeing individual puzzle pieces on the table. Rather, they're seeing the bigger picture. They're seeing you as this whole person, as opposed to these little pieces, these little dimensions of you. Over here we have the Magician reversed, and this is a message from Spirit. I am curious about this. This to me is interesting about why we have Major Arcana number 1. Spirit, why is the Major Arcana number 1, the Magician here, in reverse, from messages from the universe? Let's get some clarity. Why is the Magician here in reverse, as it presents itself for Capricorn for the month of June? All right, let's see here. We got a couple messages flipped out. Anything else? Ugh, quite a few. A lot of flips. Anything else? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have at the Tower. Okay. Okay. There's a Tower moment. Lots came out, lots came through, so I'm just gonna pick them up as I see them here. We've got the Star card, but it came out sideways. I'm just gonna cover this for the algorithm. There's something around our hopes, our fears, that, you know, maybe we were manifesting, and our dreams, of sort of overcoming some sort of fear that we might have, that's still on the table. It's not completely gone away, but there's something blocking us. We have the Lovers here, which also came out. the lovers to me came in the upright position. Lots of major arcana cards here. We have this magician here. We have the tower at the bottom of the deck. There's a big change that's happening. There's a big shift. This involves other people. I know it feels like it's a partner. It could be platonic, but it feels like, perhaps a spouse or, some sort of romantic relationship. This involves other people. We also got the Six of Pentacles that came in the upright position. There seems, I'm sensing here that there's some sort of, it feels like, and this is a 6 and this is a 6 also, and we are going into the month of June, so, and there's a change here, so I'm also being drawn to just these stars here. It's almost like the person that is going to see the new you, it feels like it's going to be a spouse. It feels like it's going to be a romantic relationship. Let's see. We got death. Feels like there's some sort of ending. We have the High Priestess, something that we have to use our intuition. Wow, lots of major arcana cards here. The Five of Swords in reverse. This actually encourages me because if it's in the upright position, it feels a little bit of like self-sabotage, that we're like cutting people out of our life, or like, or we've done something in the capacity that would turn people off and they're walking away and we're sort of like left because our words were so powerful and were so strong. I don't think so. I don't think that that's the case. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So there's something that's going to change your relationship. And maybe I should just move these down a little bit. This was in reverse. And then we also got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well. Okay. So, all right. I'm getting this download right now. It's very strong. So we have the Magician, and it is in reverse, and this is a message. This is basically saying that our inner power, our inner wisdom to manifest things, to bring the what we want in this lifetime, of what we believe what we want, it's gonna come, because again I have the Star card here, okay? But it's not always going to be specifically what we want. It's what we need is going to come through from the universe. And remember, we have Jupiter will be in his sign of exaltation. And it is the opposite of Capricorn. It's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So what is this telling us? Capricorn, you've been doing so much heavy lifting, and you've come so far, and again, this new you is just on the surface here. It wants to burst forth. We just have to pull people in. It's just like that last step of really socializing, about bringing people in, letting the walls come down, and letting people truly see the real you. Okay? But here's the thing. Jupiter, the universe, it doesn't always give us what we want. It gives us what we need. So this manifestation is happening, and it's very, very powerful. We are powerful creators, each and every one of us. And our dreams and wishes will be fulfilled, but not necessarily in the way that we think they will. And I'm sensing here that this is not self-sabotage. Okay, so don't start going down a path of, oh, I did this to myself, etc., etc. It's going to be bumpy. There's going to be a major change. Okay, something will be different in your life, and I think that it's going to be a difference here with those around us. It's not going to feel lovey-dovey right away. It's going to take some time. This in the upright position is being very brave. It's about pouring your emotions out to other people in a way that builds connection and allowing yourself but it's in reverse, and I don't think it's us, I think it's them, where now that we've done this work and we're sort of sharing with the world our true self and making it equitable and more of a balanced perspective of like, this is who I truly am, and now they can see us, and maybe it involves them perhaps taking on some of the load. Capricorn, we tend to take on the load so much of our lives in terms of what it is that we do for others. A lot of us are heads of households. It feels like there was an imbalance, and that imbalance, you know, it can no longer be sustainable. It's on shaky ground, especially with the new you. It just doesn't fit into the mold of who we are in our lives anymore. It doesn't fit. We can't no longer just be that. So we had the courage that we needed. I think what's going to come down to is we are going to share with everyone who that is. And when we do, something's going to come falling down, and it's going to cause some emotional upset. The relationship between you and others will change, but they're not going to be completely left out in the cold either. You're not like shutting the door on anybody. That's not what this is about. It's like you putting yourself first a little bit. Yes, it may impact your pentacles. This to me doesn't seem like it's new though. It almost seems like it's a minor continuation of the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You're using your intuition here. The universe is guiding you of like what it is to say, what it is, you know, to be able to speak your truth to your partner of like, hey, this is how I feel about this situation. I know that there's a lot of uncertainty. I know that the world feels upside down right now, but it's going to be okay. And you're not giving into a spiral of doubt and chaos and concern. That part of you has come to a death. It's no longer needed. You gave that part of you a lot of love for 18 years, and you were done, right? And what that's doing is it's sort of, it's like an earthquake between you and someone else. Now, keep in mind that in this lifetime, our partners, the people around us, especially romantic partnerships, are all a reflection of us. Typically, it's a reflection, a mirror of us, of our opposite, of what it is that we need to learn and to grow in this lifetime. It's sort of brought to us. We learn what are our gaps from our partners. I don't know if you can attest to that, but my husband calls me out on things all the time. If your partners do that to you, I'm sure this is not unique. I'm not at all unique in that aspect. But when we all of a sudden come through as like, hey, this is sort of the way I am now. I'm now recognizing, I'm having all of these new epiphanies. I see the world in an entirely different way now. They may not recognize us, okay? And it might be jarring. It might really, really mean that this tower is falling through. Maybe you don't subscribe to a religion anymore. Or perhaps you, when it comes to your career, you're like, I can't do this anymore. You're ready to, you know, it's coming to a quick end. Use your intuition. Spirit is saying, use that intuition in terms of the timing of when this new you needs to come forth, and you have to birth it. But ultimately, it's not going to feel good. It's going to be hard. I never said it was easy. It's going to feel hard. But your hopes, your dreams, your wishes of being able to birth this new, beautiful, picturesque being, this multidimensional being that you are, this whole puzzle, this beautiful temple of light that you are, this new enlightened way of the universe. To make that happen, you're gonna break some eggs, right? The tower of the old way, the old image that people have of you in their minds, that's what the tower is. That's gonna tumble. because they're going to all of a sudden recognize that you've grown, you've become a higher, that you're looking at the world from a higher perspective. And those lovers cards, that's going to recalibrate the relationship of how you see them and how they see you. Okay, that's why I got the Six of Pentacles. That's why we got the Lovers card. It's June. It's the 6th month of the year. And again, Capricorn, Jupiter does not always give us what we want. He gives us what we need, especially in the sign that's opposite of us. And this hopes and dreams, it's still on the table. It's going to come through. It's just going to come through in a different way than we were expecting. It's not going to be, oh, this is the new me. Welcome to the new way of the way we do business in this household. No, it's going to be a little rocky for a little bit. And the new challenge is gathering the courage here with your words to turn this Queen of Swords, this Queen of Wands into the upright position. About being able to have the confidence necessary to use your words to bring forth this overall whole authentic self to the forefront. In order to make that happen, you have to use you have to use your words. You can't keep it inside anymore, and it's going to be hard. But when you come through, that's when this Ten of Swords, that's when these Ten of Swords move from the reversal. It's finally going to come to an end, because there's nothing else left to say. You've already said your piece. You've come out with this new way of looking at the world. And what's going to do is, for a moment in time, it's going to rock the boat. Especially with those around us, the people that are our mirror of ourselves. But remember, they're a mirror of ourselves, so they're gonna come back. Again, I'm not sensing that this is a death of a relationship. This is a death of how they currently see you, because the new authentic you, the you that was always there, that they never ever got to see, is finally coming forth. That light is still finally strong enough for them to see you. Powerful message, beautiful message today, Capricorns. I hope that this resonated. So I'm going to leave it here. I know that June is just around the corner. Today is Thursday afternoon when I'm doing this reading, and I should have it out either Saturday evening or Sunday, June 1st. I wish you nothing but the best. It's summer is here if you are in the Northern Hemisphere. There's so much beautiful energy, so much shifting energy as well. Use it to your advantage, okay? You've done such a strong job. And again, these hurdles that used to put you into a spiral for, again, weeks on end have now become really short cycles. Because it's like, you can't fool me. I've been there. I've done that. I'm good. This is child's play. This is that final chapter to overcome. I am here for you, Capricorn. I'm sending you so much love and light. And with that, until next time, take care.